Hey gorgeous, it's Ker-leen. Thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. Today I'll be talking about some fragrances that I have been waiting for this time of year to bring back out. I enjoyed these fragrances so much when I got them last year, and during the summer they got a little less love from me. I was waiting for this moment. Today I'm talking about some fall fragrances that I'm super excited to wear. If you're interested, please keep watching. Hey friend, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. I'm so grateful for you and for your time. If you're new here on this channel, I talk luxury, I do review videos, I share my fragrance journey like today's video. I sprinkle in a little bit of lifestyle, which will come in the form of a vlog very soon. And in every single video, there is some encouragement for you. So if you like those types of things, then I think you will love it here. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and also be sure to turn on that notification bell so you know exactly when my videos drop. All right, let's get into it. Okay friends, so although summer is my favorite season, with winter being my second favorite season, I'm a little sad to see summer go, but these fragrances have me looking forward to the fall season. So as you can see by my accessories, I am giving an ode to summer as I am having to say goodbye to my favorite season. I wore these earrings on vacation and I just love them. So anywho, let's get into these fragrances. I have them all in a little box over here, so we're just gonna pull them out in no particular order. The first fragrance I wanted to talk about today is Soirée by Maison Asrar, a Gulf Orchid line of fragrances. So this fragrance I got last year, and when I tell you I love this fragrance, I absolutely love it. This is such a beautiful, fluffy, creamy, sweet, cozy, comforting vanilla fragrance, but there's something about it that makes it different from any of my other vanilla fragrances. Soirée has top notes of vanilla, praline, apple, plum, and toffee, middle notes of heliotrope, white flowers, ylang, and lavender, and base notes caramel, vanilla, ambergris, and woody notes. So you may or may not know this, but this is supposed to be a dupe or inspiration of Billie Eilish's Eilish perfume or Lattafa's Nebres. And while I do think it is very similar to those two fragrances, I feel like Lattafa's version is more like the original than this one. There's a different twist on this fragrance. The way that it differs, in my opinion, is that this one is a little bit less fruit forward, whereas Nebres and Eilish are very fruit forward. Because of the berry notes that are in those fragrances, this one feels more vanillic, more fluffy, more creamy, but there's still something about this fragrance that makes it different, and I do believe that has to do with the apple and praline notes that are at the top of this fragrance. So in my opinion, I think those are some of the things that makes this fragrance different. In addition, this one does not have a cacao note. Instead, it has heliotrope and lavender at the mid, and then it has ambergris in the base. So this one is very different. Although it shares a lot of similarities with those fragrances, this one feels a little more luxurious, and I like this one more than the other two because I'm not very fond of the berry and cacao mixing with the vanilla in those other fragrances. So this one, y'all, is just absolutely amazing. Yeah, I think that's what it is about this one. This one, it feels sticky sweet, and it has a subtle fruit to it when I first spray it out. But by the time it dries down to this fluffy, slightly powdery cloud of vanilla that smells absolutely delicious, yet still expensive. So in my opinion, this one feels a little bit more luxurious than those other fragrances. And what I mean by that is this one smells more grown up, if you know what I mean. This one is a moderate projector, and it lasts about 4 to 6 hours where you can still smell it, and then it gives you a nice little intimate scent bubble thereafter. So this one isn't loud or super duper long lasting, but the scent I feel makes up for it. So this one is definitely worth a try if you have not tried this yet. This is Soirée by Maison Asrar. The next fragrance I cannot wait to wear this fall is Banana Bliss by Ministry of Gourmands, a Paris corner line of fragrances. Banana Bliss has top notes banana,
middle notes whipped cream and coconut, and base notes of spun sugar, vanilla, and tonka bean.
So this fragrance boasts a banana note at the top, and that is the only note that appears at the top of this fragrance. And then at the mid, you have a whipped cream. There's a sugar in this fragrance, tonka bean, vanilla. And this fragrance is an edible smelling fragrance. You're going to smell like food when you have this on. It's so delicious. I have to refresh my memory again, y'all. Oh, that's so yummy. Yes, so this is one that I did not get to wear a lot when I first picked it up last year, but it is going to be worn for sure this fall and winter. This fragrance, when I first spray it out, I get this like banana runt, those runts candies that you get from the candy machine that you have to put coins in. That's what this smells like on first blast. As it starts to dry down, I get more of that like spun sugar feel, but it's also giving me a little bit of like a saltiness. So it's like a salty sweet sort of feel as this starts to dry down. And then this one, for me, it got fluffy and creamy sweet on the deep dry down. I also feel like this has a beautiful tonka bean that comes through as it starts to dry down. So this, y'all, is so delicious. As of right now, it's smelling even creamier and sweeter and sort of just deeper as it's been sitting for several months now. So I'm really excited about bringing this one back out. This one did come out with another fragrance that I also absolutely love and will also be wearing this fall and winter, but this is one that has not gotten a lot of love for me, so I'm excited to show it some love and really experiment with this fragrance. I'll definitely be back with an update for you all. This is Banana Bliss by Ministry of Gourmands, a Paris corner line of fragrances. The next fragrance I wanted to talk about today is Victoria by Lattafa. I've already been wearing Victoria. Victoria has definitely gotten love from me in the past several months, but I am looking forward to continue to wear this even more this fall and winter because it is absolutely gorgeous. So the one thing that has changed about this fragrance for me since I've had it is it has gotten even better in terms of performance. So this one projects at more than an arm's length and it lasts all day long. So the performance has definitely improved on this one. I think that's the biggest change and also the reason why I cannot wait to continue to wear this. I think this is going to hold up very well in the winter time when we get those really cold and windy days because the performance does get better with time. This is so good.
Victoria has a lemon meringue pie at the top, a neroli at the mid, and a vanilla note at the base.
So this is supposed to be an inspiration of Dolce & Gabbana's Devotion perfume. And if you've been watching me for a while, you know that every time I've talked about Devotion, I've mentioned that there's something about Devotion that's different than this fragrance, and there's something about Devotion that I didn't quite enjoy that's not present in Victoria. And I think I figured out what that is. There are two different types of white florals. In Devotion, I feel like that orange blossom note is a lot sharper than the neroli that's in this fragrance. I think maybe it's that candied lemon mixing with that orange blossom that feels a little overwhelming for me in Devotion. Whereas Victoria does not have that candied lemon, and instead of orange blossom, it's a neroli. So I think maybe my nose likes that combination a bit better. Also, the original has a panna cotta and a candied lemon, giving that sort of a lemon dessert type of feel. Whereas in Victoria, we have one note that gives us that dessert, that lemon dessert type of feel, and it's that lemon meringue pie accord that's at the top of this fragrance. So perhaps the panna cotta, the candied lemon, and then the orange blossom is what became a bit overwhelming for me in the original. Whereas this one feels smoother. This one also feels creamier. It feels more whipped. It's just not doing too much in my opinion. This is Lattafa's Victoria. So speaking of lemon forward dessert, this next fragrance is another one that has been getting love for me and will continue to do so. This is Empire Victor by Hartlage. So Empire Victor, similar to Victoria, has a lemon, but this is more of a fresh lemon at the top, and that's paired with bergamot. And at the mid, you have a sweet savouriness with that caramel. Then you also have a white floral in this one, which is jasmine. And then at the base, you have a vanilla and musk. And in my opinion, I feel like this one is more musk forward. And those are the elements that I think make it different from, say, Victoria by Lattafa. I do think that if you're trying to keep your collection small, then having both fragrances would be redundant. However, I do think there are differences that make them each unique and beautiful. So this one feels a little bit more like milky and creamy, but in a very fluffy and light sort of way, which is where I think the musk comes in with this fragrance. This one feels a lot lighter, much less dense than Victoria. The lemon in this one is also very different from the lemon meringue pie that's in Victoria. This is more of a fresh lemon. And that lemon kind of gives this fragrance a really beautiful foundation. And again, I think that's why this one feels a lot less dense. It's not like a dessert type of accord. But this one is still very much sweet and delicious smelling because it does have that caramel note. The caramel note gives it a little bit of sweetness and a little bit of a stickiness. But again, I love how light and fluffy and airy this fragrance is. It feels like a hug in a bottle and just super duper cozy. And for that reason, I cannot wait to wear this fragrance this fall. This is Empire Victor by Khatlash. So if you're here and you've been listening to me so far and you don't necessarily mind an edible smelling fragrance, but you're looking for something that feels grown up, I do have one of those in here. This fragrance is definitely one that is absolutely grown up. In fact, I do happen to think this one gives a grown and sexy feel. This is Barakat Ambre Eve.
Ambre Eve has labdanum and bitter orange at the top, benzoin at the mid, and amber vanilla, tonka bean, and cedar at the base.
This is inspired by MFK's Grand Soir, and I happen to own the original. And this one is a pretty impressive inspiration. It's so good. This one is a little less amber forward in my opinion, and just overall a lot lighter than the original fragrance. So I've had this for several months now. I got it last year, and as you can see, I haven't worn it much. And the reason is I was enjoying the original last year. I was also waiting for this one to mature a little bit, and as you can see, the color is drastically different than when I first received it. When I first received it, there was this greenish tinge to it, and that has lessened, and now it's become a deeper brown color. So I'm excited to see how this one smells. Okay. So right now, this one still smells a lot lighter than the original. It's giving twins, but fraternal twins. So this one is the fresher twin. Not that this one is a purely fresh fragrance. Like I said, it smells very, very close to the original, but the original has this deep and bold and robust amber that I don't think is present here. However, that makes this one perfect for fall because it's a little lighter. And I also feel like that makes this one perfect for all day wear this fall and winter. It feels a little bit more approachable, a little bit less heavy and bold, and just more versatile overall, so that I can wear this anywhere during the fall and winter. I feel like maybe the orange accord is what's giving it that kind of fresh feel. Maybe there's a little bit more of that in the opening of this one, but as it starts to dry down, it's definitely giving super ambery and sweet. So I think this one opens up a lot fresher than the original and takes time to get into that amber, whereas the original is definitely more amber forward almost right away. So yeah, this one is really beautiful, y'all, and such a steal for the price. Honestly, if you have this on and someone's familiar with the Grand Soir, I think they would probably think you had on the original. This is one I absolutely cannot wait to wear. This is Barakat Ambre Eve by Fragrance World. All right, my beautiful friend, thank you so much for spending this part of your day over here with me. Before I go, I want to say thank you to everyone that has purchased a devotional. Thank you so much for all of your support. My devotional, Align and Reign, is available on Amazon and on Etsy, and it's a 30-day devotional where for 30 days there's scripture, there is prayer, there is an action step that you can take, and ample lines in the journal to write down your thoughts and really go on a glow up journey, a journey to get you closer to God and closer to your identity, and really just take some time out for you away from the busyness of life and just be more mindful and reflect on your Creator and your purpose. So if you're interested, the link will be in the description box. And before we part ways, I wanted to share some encouragement with you today. I was reading Romans 8:28, which says, "And we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love him and are called according to his purpose." And I was really reflecting on that scripture. And this time around, what I felt like God was speaking to me is that as long as we are looking to him, He's going to work things out for us. He's going to make our purpose come to pass and become a reality. And it may take a lifetime to uncover what our purpose is. But what's required of us today is intentionality, which is basically deliberate and willful steps in the right direction. So as long as you're being deliberate, willful, purposeful, and intentional each and every day, both in your relationship with God and in turn the practical things that we have to do every day, just how we live our lives, then we can rest assured that our purpose is going to come to pass, and we can sit back and know that God is going to work things out together for our good because we are looking to Him and we're seeking to walk in His purpose. I hope that really encourages you today. As always, I will be over here reflecting on the exact same thing. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one very soon. Bye!